Welcome back to another episode of the Aquademia podcast. I'm your host, Justin Grant.
And I'm Maddie Cassidy.
And in this episode, we are sitting down with Teresa Garzon, who is the co-founder of Tiny Fish. She is also the winner of the Responsible Seafood Innovation Award in the aquaculture category. But before we get into that conversation, I want to remind all of our listeners that Aquademia is on X. You can find us at Aquademia Pod. If you want to contact the podcast for any reason, you can do so by visiting our online forum located at globalseafood.org/podcast.
And if you want to keep up with us, then make sure you subscribe to Aquademia on whichever podcast platform you listen to us on.
Welcome to the Aquademia podcast.
Our diet is hurting the environment in myriad ways. I mean, we desperately need to eat more seafood.
This is a pioneering industry with a whole lot of people who have really good ideas and a lot of experience and are unafraid.
Aquademia is your go-to podcast for a fresh take on all things seafood.
Teresa, thank you so much for joining Maddie and I on the Aquademia podcast. How are you?
I'm good, yeah. Thanks for inviting me. It was a pleasure to meet you in St. Andrews a month ago.
Right, likewise. It's hard to believe that it's already been that long ago that we were in Scotland. I spent a week or so after the conference to kind of explore the country, so I haven't been back into in the United States for that long, but yeah, it's hard to believe that it's
crazy
already weeks ago that we pulled that off.
I hope you liked it. It is a special place, Scotland.
It was beautiful. So nice.
I went to my first European soccer match and was lucky enough to get really good seats. And
you mean football?
Yes, football. There we go. Yeah, there we go. I didn't say that when I was there. I probably would have been kicked out. Pun intended. Well, Teresa, this is an exciting episode. I'm really excited to get you on Aquademia to talk about a couple things. One, your company, Tiny Fish. Two, the amazing accomplishment of winning the Innovation Award at the summit this year. But before we get into any of those questions, could you just tell our audience a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Yeah, I work in the salmon farming in Scotland. I've been working in the industry for over 12 years. I'm a biologist. And I've always been working within fish health, and that's where my interest is, in fish health, nature, and therefore everything that goes with it, like sustainability or respect for the environment and the animals. I'm very proud of the industry where I work, and in love with Scotland. I'm Spanish, started with Tiny Fish only this year because of working in the industry for so long. My partner and I, Jarl Vanderberg, also working in the industry in the salmon producing smolts. I don't know if I need to explain much about how we produce salmon. But there is a part of fresh water, and then of course we need to move them to seawater.
Right.
And during this year, we've seen a process, a challenge that the industry has, that is this non-use of some freshwater salmon that don't reach a suitable size to be transferred to the sea, and it's not properly used. I don't think we don't honor these fish by anesthetize them, and most of the time only incinerate them. So yeah, Tiny Fish kind of grew up out of this frustration that we had on seeing this.
That's great. Thanks for that background, Teresa. So first of all, we want to congratulate you on winning the Responsible Seafood Innovation Award in the aquaculture category. That's such a huge accomplishment. So backing up a little bit, could you share a little bit about the journey that brought you to winning this award? So what inspired the initial idea for your innovation?
Well, as I was explaining, is just to see this event happening. I mean, I work in fish health, and we do have challenges, as many other industries. We have diseases and outbreaks, not as much as maybe the TV shows. Is occasionally, of course, we wish we did not have these problems, but occasionally it happens, and it's really hard for people, for the farmers, for the biologists, for everyone to lose fish when they have diseases, when there's an outbreak, and but I think it's even harder when you have to kill fish that is healthy and it just only doesn't reach a size that is suitable. I would say is one of the hardest things that a farmer does is to kill. You've been looking after this fish 5-10 months, depending on which size these fish are anesthetized, are killed, and it's a long time you've been caring for these animals, and then they're healthy, and you just have to kill them because it's a production decision and also a welfare decision. I would like to clarify that these fish won't survive in seawater. So it's better in terms of welfare of these fish and other fish around them to not to transfer them. So yeah, I think this it's really, it breaks your heart, I would say. So that's what inspired this journey to start Tiny Fish and do something else. We thought we could do better, and we're still on that journey.
So to touch a little bit about that journey, so speaking specifically about innovations, what are some of those hurdles that you faced along the way, and how did you overcome them?
Well, I think we're still driving through those some problems and fighting. But I would like to say, talking about challenges or hurdles, that there was one part that it was easy, and I actually would like to verbalize that, which is that we have all the producers in Scotland, all the salmon producers on board very quickly. And that was very nice to see, where they said, okay, yeah, yes, we're going to collaborate here and make it happen. As Tiny Fish and this innovation involved the removal of the anesthetics that they were using and the use of a new stunner, that is electrical stunner. So there was changes in the production they had to do, and it was a challenge, but there was a great collaboration from the industry in Scotland, and I'm very proud of that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and I'm thankful, and yeah, that's something worth mentioning. In terms of problems, I know. Well, you were in Scotland, and Scotland is a lovely place, and but also has some limitations. We are a bit remote, and our sites are remote. In general, salmon farm sites are in remote places, but in Scotland also doesn't have an easy way of coordinate logistics. You still run out of the road and rely on your wellies sometimes to carry on. So the logistics to make this happen, to pick up the fish and take them to our processing plants or to customers, is been a problem. And another thing that in my brain find it very difficult to understand. It's like, this makes sense. We've got lovely fish in our hands that has been harvested, high quality protein, human grade. We do farm fish for human consumption. So when we harvest them as well, it's human grade. But there's not a market. And as obvious as it sounds, that okay, we just have this fish, we're gonna sell them everywhere. That doesn't work like that, and there is a financial puzzle that you have to make to make to get to an end product and to the consumer. So making this new market, creating these new markets is another challenge. But we are, how do we overcome? I don't know. We are talking to a lot of people. We are explaining the story and relying on the few that believe in it and are helping us, and we are focusing on that. And we've got restaurants and pet food people really committed to use it and make tiny fish a story as well for them.
And
yeah, and I don't. Oh, go ahead, Maddie.
And are a lot of those companies based in Scotland, or are you seeing interest on a wider level?
Well, there's two sides of tiny fish in a sense. One of, we could say, our customers are the producers that give us the fish, and the other part is the customers that will receive the fish. In the producers part, of course, it's mainly Scotland, but we've already had some requests from other countries. And in terms of the product that we have, our tiny fish, our wee fish, there has been a lot of interest from different parts, Nordic countries as well. They've been asking. We're linked to different projects, like 100%. Well, we have network or connections in projects, Icelandic projects, one called 100% Fish, and there's a lot of innovation in using everything out of the fish. So also using our tiny fish and what it could be, even our waste from our fish, as we're also working on removing the head, the tails. So yeah, it's been not only in Scotland. I would like to make sure everything is as much as possible just in Scotland to start with, and help the industry in Scotland for now, but of course open to other countries and markets. I'm Spanish, and I know that we do eat small fish, and I know that probably just going there will be an easy way to start.
And I'm sure other countries as well. So we'll eventually get to our typical ending questions of how can people get in contact with you and websites and things like that. But I think the industries and the consumers and where you're seeing tiny fish go currently, whether that's in pet food, restaurants, things like that. I mean, I think once everything is getting fine-tuned, maybe just within Scotland, you're going to start seeing that be more widely spread outside. Obviously, if that's what your vision is or you want to do, I think that you'll have those opportunities.
Yeah, we would like to take this solution to all the salmon producers countries. So that's Norway, that's Canada, Chile, Iceland, Ireland, some in the US, but very little. But yeah, we'd like to do this everywhere where we can, because if we manage to reuse these fish and reintroduce them in the food chain, it's a good achievement for our values.
So winning this award, winning the Innovation Award, is a huge accomplishment, and we're so excited that you won, because your company just stands for something that the industry has been really focused on. It's definitely a hot topic at the moment, like 100% fish, as you mentioned, and that this kind of takes 100% fish to an even more granular level than just using every part of the fish, but using every fish, period. And I wonder what this recognition, winning the award, means to you personally, and then also how do you see winning the award helping your company make a larger impact in the future?
I think when I went to St. Andrews, I wasn't very sure that I don't know, but that we could win this. But it was very nice to see that it's a recognition not only to tiny fish, but also to the concept that you don't need really high technology to tackle a problem, and innovation could be in many ways, and not underestimating our stunner and all of that. But I think it's a nice point for everyone here, that is simple solutions are also solutions and can have a big impact. So that's, in a personal way, I was really happy about that. I was chuffed with the welcoming of everyone in the audience when they voted for Tiny Fish. So it was very encouraging. It is encouraging to win this, to carry on. And yeah, it has already helped. On the same day, already had a supermarket wanted to talk to me and to us, to my partner and I. So that was straight away on the first day. And a lot of people contact us, congratulating us, and then we started new conversations that could lead to something. Still seeing those, because it's not so long ago, but I can see that it's going to take us to different avenues that we wouldn't have gone if we hadn't won in St. Andrews this year.
Yeah, I think maybe we should have premised the episode with anyone who didn't attend the Responsible Seafood Summit in Scotland that wanted a little background on what this award, what's the process, right? So we accept a bunch of applications, both in the fisheries and aquaculture sectors. There is a team that reviews, makes their selections. We narrow it down to 3. There are 3 for each category, so 6 total, 3 in aquaculture, 3 in the fisheries, that do their presentations. The attendees at the end of each category, so after the 3 aquaculture or 3 fisheries innovations are presented to the audience, there's live voting, and we know the winner right there. But there's a whole process to it, and I think what's rewarding is it's the industry that's voting, right? It's the industry that's there and seeing these pitches and deciding who they think wins. And everyone that presented this year and like years in the past all deserve a lot of credit. There's a lot of great innovations that are taking place in both industries. And Teresa, looking ahead, what's the future hold for Tiny Fish? I know that there's a lot of things that are happening currently, and do you have any future endeavors that you can talk to us on the podcast?
I think hopefully Tiny Fish helps with the stop waste, of course, but also with the culture of not accepting things that we normalize, and people start thinking that there are solutions for it, and go for it. There are things now we are starting new this year, and as I was explaining earlier on, we just bought a machine. Our tiny fish are at different sizes, so the bigger size of the range needs to be, we're going to remove the head and the tails and the guts. And so we just purchased this machine, and so we can now offer it or brought the offer for restaurants and supermarkets, and go looking into canning as well. So it's exciting because that's part of our creating a market for it adventure. So we're now putting our energy and investment into this machine.
That's great. So I know you come from a biology background, which doesn't necessarily equate with the term entrepreneur, but you are absolutely an entrepreneur. And I know that we have a lot of listeners that are young in the seafood industry and maybe have an idea of an innovation or a company idea even. And I'm wondering if you have any advice that you would want to give to someone who's thinking about entering that innovation entrepreneurship space.
Well, it doesn't need to be for everyone, but for me, it was very important, or what I would advise, if possible, not always possible, is to find a partner. I think it's really good and that if you have someone that has the same way of thinking, is as crazy as you, or better even if your partner is even crazier than you. Yeah. That's better. That's my case. Between John and I, he's the craziest.
Find someone crazier than you.
Yeah. Yes.
I've definitely done that here with Justin.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's a good advice, but this is my advice. Mm-hmm. It has definitely worked. Work in a partnership and a different, you find a partner. In my case, Charles he likes taking risks. I'm kind of on the other side, so we meet in the middle, and that is it's a good journey. You don't travel alone, because there are moments that you need some company. Another thing I would say is just be prepared to hear many no's, and just not think that this is mission impossible. After 100 no's, maybe one yes will come. So be stubborn, and yeah, this is mission possible.
I'm sure we do have a global reach with the podcast, and so some of our audience may be interested to contact you or to learn more. Let's start with contact. If anyone of our listeners wants to get in contact with you or Tiny Fish, what's the best way that they can do that?
Well, you can always visit the web, which is tinyfish.uk, I think. Yes. And I think the best way is LinkedIn. So if you find us there, we starting with Instagram now, but LinkedIn is the best way. Yeah.
Perfect. And then you mentioned the website, and we'll make it really easy for our listeners to be able to contact you via LinkedIn, find the website, because we will put both of those or all those links in the show notes.
Thanks.
So is there anything else? We kind of tackled all of the questions that we had for you. Is there anything else that you want to say while you have the platform?
No, apart from being, say thank you. This is my first podcast, so I don't know. It's been, thank you for making it so easy, Justin and Maddie, and it's hopefully people that is interested will contact us, and if we can help anyone as well with their entrepreneurial adventures within the world of fish and sustainability, please also contact us. And a pleasure to meet you and meet the Global Seafood Alliance team as well.
Well,
likewise.
Teresa, we appreciate that you were able to, on relatively short notice, be able to come on the podcast with us. And congratulations again on winning the Responsible Seafood Innovation Award at this year's Responsible Seafood Summit.
Thank you.
And hopefully we'll see you next year.
In Colombia.
Yes.
Can't wait.
I'm up for it.
All right, take care.
Great. Thanks so
You
much,
too.
Teresa.
Thanks. Bye-bye, both.
Folks, that was our conversation with Teresa Garzon, the co-founder of Tiny Fish. I really hope you learned something. If you want to get in contact with Tiny Fish or Teresa, please use the links that are located in the show notes to be able to do so. Just a friendly reminder that Aquademia is on X. You can find us at Aquademia Pod. If you want to contact the podcast for any reason, you can find our online form at globalseafood.org/podcast.
And if you enjoyed this episode, we would love it if you left us a rating or review, because that is the best way to signal to future listeners why this podcast is the best podcast. So thanks so much for listening to this episode.
And we will see you at the next one. Ciao.
Bye.